Hey Jay, this is Keaton Everett with ABC, going over your pitching video. We're going to go through and talk a little bit about mechanics, a little bit about how to get ourselves consistent. We want to make sure that we're using our lower body, we're using our legs, and most importantly, we're getting the foundation where we're delivering the ball in a nice, healthy position. Especially at your age, pitching mechanics is such a complex movement, and it involves a whole lot of strength and coordination and balance, and it's something that's going to get easier as you get older. So the more we can kind of touch on it and just kind of get you down the right path to sort of make everything happen. Once that strength comes, once that coordination comes, it's going to make it a whole lot easier for you. So overall, off the bat, everything's looking pretty good for you. You have a pretty good idea of using your legs. You have kind of a good idea of how everything needs to be worked. Now it's just a matter of making a few adjustments over the rubber. A big emphasis for young guys is especially how we're setting up. We want to make sure we're putting ourselves in a position where we're starting off powerfully over our back leg, and we're delivering the ball. We're timing our delivery. We want our hands to break at the same time. We want our legs to start going down at the same time. The hips to start going. All right, so it's just a matter of timing up a few things, but everything looks really good, especially for your age. So it's just a matter of cleaning up a few things over the rubber, and it's going to be a pretty easy fix. All right, so we're going to go back, and we're going to look at, first off, how you're setting up. All right, so we always want to be athletic. We always want to be in a position of power. All right, so when we have our feet right together, we can't be balanced, we can't be real powerful. All right, so just get your foot out here somewhere, out over that, maybe a little bit less than shoulder width, somewhere around shoulder width. We just don't want them together. All right, you're doing good at loading up over that back foot. So if you do move this front foot, make sure you're not shifting your body out over in the middle now. So make sure that body weight's still staying over that back leg. We just need to have the legs spread a little bit to be a little bit more athletic. All right. Again, watch angles too with your legs. It's a little bit bent for me. We want to be in a position that we can hold for an hour. If you can hold this position for an hour, then that's probably fine. But we just want to make sure that we're in kind of a neutral position. We don't want our legs to be locked, standing up straight. We just want a nice angle, just like if you're kind of getting ready to shoot a free throw or something. All right. So just bump that foot out here a little bit, but stay over that back side. Okay. Another thing too, easy fix is to tuck those hands up against your body. Just get those hands, next to your body. Again, that's more of a balanced position. Everything's kind of in the center of your body, ready to get going. Okay. So the biggest thing that you do that will help you out to change is you break your hands first. All right. You can watch this glove move. All right. You start your shoulders and you start your hands first. All right, you can see that go back. That shoulder starts to turn. All right, we don't want to see any turn in this upper body. If you want to turn a little bit, then have that left shoulder turn a little bit more. All right, I want to see no movement from here up. All right, these are locked in place. The only movement's coming from these legs. All right, so in this position, okay, you can see your hands. The ball's coming out of that glove. We got to make sure those hands are staying in the glove, next to your body. All right, that's going to help keep it next to your body. All right, so as you come up, that hand's all the way out. You got a nice big leg kick. All right, you're doing pretty good at maintaining your posture. A lot of times with that big leg kick, you start seeing guys kind of leaning back towards first. So you're doing a pretty good job at maintaining that. All right, another thing you're doing good is you're really getting these hips going towards the plate as that leg's coming down. All right, which is good. You're getting good lower body movement. All right, now it's just a matter of breaking your hands right here. So now your hands are going to start breaking. So your hands are still together right here. Now they're going to start breaking. That's going to time your arm up a little bit better and get you in a little bit better position. All right, so you're doing good at lower half. Now it's just a matter of getting that hand break in a little bit later because it's just a timing issue. It's going to be easier to time. It's going to get your arm moving a little bit quicker instead of kind of lagging back here. All it's really doing is just kind of lagging all the way back and just kind of cutting yourself off a little bit. So you can kind of see it comes out and just kind of sits back here. You can see it kind of sit, and now it's starting to go. We don't want any pause back there. We want that ball to come out and come up, all in motion. All right, and that's just going to get that hand moving a little bit quicker. All right. So through release or through your leg drive. All right, we're going to kind of try to figure out. It's kind of tough to tell with the angle and where that straight line is. But if you draw a line from your your right foot, we shouldn't be landing outside of that line. Okay. So you can see you're really good at driving those hips down. Now it's just a matter of keeping them closed longer and not popping them up open early. All right, so you kind of hinge these hips open, kind of like a door early. All right, instead of keeping them closed longer. All right, so at this position we want to try to see your foot, a little bit more closed off, and that's going to keep this left hip closed longer. And this is almost 100% to do with strength. All right, so a lot of times you just don't have the strength to do that. But if it's something to pay attention to, we want to get to a point where we're able to rotate our hip. You can see how your shoulder and your hip are going to rotate at the same time. You can see that hip goes forward and that shoulder comes forward. We want to try to get to a position where your hip's turned over first before this upper body's going. So when you're still back here in this position, and you're still back over. So if that makes sense, we want the hip to turn first, and then the shoulders come through. And again, that's a strength thing, but just something if you pay attention to and work on, it'll be a lot easier when it comes. All right. So we're gonna look at foot strength. Right, when that front foot hits the ground. All right. Again, big strength stuff, but we want to try to see your head farther back over that back hip a little bit longer. All right. At this position, you have a really good arm angle. All right. Everything's looking good here. Now we just want to see these fingers still behind the ball. All right, you're kind of facing towards first. We still want them back here. And then you need to match up that front side so your elbow hasn't rotated yet. All right, so you rotate your elbow early, which is causing everything to rotate at the same time. All right, so at this position, we just want to see you farther back. All right, and then get this elbow still up. Glove where it is. You're doing good at getting that glove or that front foot. Now it's just a matter of just trying to stay close a little bit longer to use that hip rotation, generate that power. All right, and then through finish, you're doing a pretty good job. All right, we want to try to see that foot on the ground, and then releasing over that front foot. So you're doing a pretty good job. We just got to make sure that the more you're going to be able to use those legs, the more you're going to be able to keep them closed, you're going to start seeing your foot drag and rotate a little bit farther down the mound. So now your foot's going to be right here, and that's going to get you farther out over that, farther out down the mound, and that's going to get your body farther out over that front foot, and that's just going to pick you up. But again, at your age, it's a lot to do with strength, and the fact that you already have a good idea of your hips leading you down the mound, and you have a good sort of base to work off of, it's going to be something that'll come real easy for you as you get older, as you get stronger. So the biggest thing for you is keep those hands together longer, wait till that leg starts to go down to break your hands, and then just let your body get down the mound, and for you especially, draw a line from where your back foot is down the mound, and just work on trying to land right on top of that line, to even a little bit close, and that's going to keep your hips closed a lot longer. Just work on keeping that left shoulder closed, letting that elbow get out a little bit farther, and then letting that right hip drive open, and then that right shoulder, and you're going to be good to go. So hopefully you're having an awesome summer. Hope you had a great time at camp, and we look forward to seeing you at ABC.